Nostalgia puts me back at my grandparents' house in Louisville. It is about 1990, the first Saturday in May, and we are visiting for another Kentucky Derby party. I am 12 and wonder-struck, as usual. It smells like barbecue and sounds like church folk letting loose, playful and loud and skirting the line of inappropriate speech. It looks polychromatic and fancy, so fancy for a house soiree, an assortment of bright clothing that seems exotic but comfortable, stylish but not too formal. It feels right, unless I'm remembering it wrong. The Derby, still my darling sporting event, doesn't conjure the same emotions right now. Both of my grandparents died in November. Because of the pandemic, I haven't been back to Louisville since February 2020, and I have no concrete plans to visit soon. Because my parents moved, I haven't seen my hometown of Paducah, which is about 220 miles southwest of Louisville, in almost a decade. And in the aftermath of the Breonna Taylor killing, home is full of disappointment, conflict and shame. Yet on Saturday, my mind will go where my displaced body cannot, to Churchill Downs for the 147th Run for the Roses. I might get misty-eyed when the bugler plays My Old Kentucky Home, and I might whisper a few of the lyrics, even though Stephen Foster's song is more honest if interpreted as a wrenching tale of enslavement and not a wistful state song. In grief and anger, some of my oldest memories have been altered. It's a crazy mental phenomenon, the fluidity of remembering, how feelings attach themselves to facts and perceptions of experiences differ, not just from person to person but within us at various stages of life. The Derby is still a love, but it's not an active romance. Kentucky is still home, still worthy of pride and vehement defense when warranted. But it is not the place for me as an adult, not now and probably not ever again. For the first time, the annual event is about far more than romanticizing my childhood. The Derby is not the fantasy one once imagined. In a single year, the longest year, it has evolved into a magnet for tension, something that my grief and anger can manipulate with unexpected ease. And then there's this peculiar addendum. Somehow, those competing, unresolved emotions feel like a pathway to a richer and more worthwhile experience. In Light in August, William Faulkner wrote, "Memory believes before knowing remembers." The words make sense now. They are personal now. As Kentuckians, we are grandfathered into loving the Derby. We may not even like horse racing, and the event is so grand that it can feel suffocating, but we enjoy being showcased, dressed up, important. We like hosting and leaning into a kindness that belies some of the state's toxic history. The Derby is not ours, but it is ours. We treat it like family and connect the warmest memories to it. However, upon sincere reassessment, it's messy, complicated and tinged with racism. It unifies, and it agitates.